Hello, 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 everyone. Let me turn that music down. Yeah, I was jamming out to that song. I liked that one. Just kind of doing a little dance. Hello, and happy Thursday. Good evening, good day to all of you wonderful scribblers out there, no matter where you are in the world on this fine November Eve. What's up,
it is November.
Everyone? Right? But hey,
why am I just not realizing this?
I don't know. Why are you just now realizing this? Yes, it is November. It is our last Heroes of Iyastera campaign session of November, because we're taking next week off. It's our week off. Next week is also U.S. Thanksgiving. So, you know, hopefully we'll be able to all do something in spite of the pandemic scenario. I'm thinking I just might make a whole bunch of like lumpia and like tasty food and just deliver it to people.
Can you?
I want to do lumpia delivery.
To me.
I can deliver a picture of lumpia to you.
I'll take it.
Lumpia! I'm gonna make so many hundreds of lumpia.
Hundreds of lumpia.
I mean, you know how it is. Okay.
Yeah.
This is our like pre-game chatter, right? Getting used to being live again, cause internet. Weird. But yeah, so I'm wondering, we're not gonna be streaming next week. I kind of want to have this chat and ask this question now. Like, with the exception of the people who don't actually celebrate Thanksgiving, consider this like a holiday dish kind of question in general. Is there a dish that's like your favorite? Not just your favorite, but one where you literally cannot make a small batch of. Because in my family, if you're making lumpia, you do make hundreds of lumpia. I think the ratio has to be like 20 per person. I have no idea.
At least.
Because it's like crack. Ooh. And there's my one allotted drug reference of the evening.
I mean, Yorkshire pudding is a good one. I really like Yorkshire pudding.
Yorkshire
Maybe
pudding?
Too much.
Samosas.
A little bit too much.
I
think
samosas.
For me, I'm a big dessert person, and when I make
Same.
like apple crumble, I make
too
much. I make like multiple pies.
Okay, what makes your apple crumble special?
I don't know. I don't follow any measurements.
So
I just feel it out, and it apparently
clearly,
tastes good.
What needs to happen here is you need to make some, and then deliver it to each of us.
I don't know how it would work with everyone that's in America. I don't know how that would work.
We'll deliver pictures.
Don't think
no,
about
a video of.
You take it, you put it in a flat
food.
mailer. Send it out.
Just send it out.
Hope
Yeah.
for the best.
You know what? Why not?
Santa delivers it, right?
Apple crumble's such a good shout. Or apple and rhubarb. Yeah, yum.
Oh yeah. I haven't made an apple and rhubarb pie before.
I've never had apple and rhubarb pie.
It's really nice. I buy it because I'm too lazy sometimes, but I like buy it from Morrison's, which is a British shop. I don't know if it's a thing in America. There's a supermarket called Morrison's. They have great apple and rhubarb pie. I highly recommend it.
Okay. You heard that, folks? Eorad recommended Morrison's apple and rhubarb pie. We're not sponsored yet.
If
but
they
hey,
want to.
Morrison's. We'll eat some pie on stream. Can you do
We can have a mukbang. We can just have a ton of food. I think it's a mukbang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
You don't know what a mukbang is?
Just get a ton of food.
You just get a ton, like a ridiculous amount of food, and just eat it on camera. That's pretty much it.
Yep. Just chat.
Search it up. It's like an actual thing.
It's a thing. What, just for all the
MUK,
feeders of the world or something?
That's what it's spelled.
Like,
That's how it's spelled. It's a big thing on YouTube. Like some channels,
that's weird.
that is all they do
Like
on YouTube and get.
An eating competition kind of thing.
No.
You just hang out and eat.
You just hang out and eat. Just chill, talk,
Okay, well,
and eat.
I mean, I eat on stream.
Oh no, but this is
like
eat on
that
stream.
is
This
the
is
main event.
This is
this
like
is gluttony on
feasting.
stream. This is one of the 7 deadly sins.
Yes, B
This is
Zelda.
gluttony.
We're talking about mukbangs, and this is a new thing for me. I'd never heard of a mukbang before.
You haven't? That surprises me. I thought
No,
it was
I
like
haven't.
huge. I
Oh,
thought
and
everyone's
we've
had
got
it
Bro
before.
Sidon and Silver Ravens swapping Yorkshire pudding approaches, it seems like. See, I love food though. I love talking about food. Let's do this. So, okay, we're going to have a holiday stream. Our scheduled, weekly Heroes of Iyastera session for December, closer to the holidays, is actually going to be on December 17th. Maybe, we don't know quite yet what the game is going to be, if it's going to be a campaign or a different sort of thing. No spoilers because we don't know yet. Nothing to spoil. But if we had like some of our favorite snacks and food and cozy jammies and onesies, that could be fun.
I'm up for that.
Maybe not a full up mukbang. Unless we are able to somehow like virtually edit it so it looks like we're all sitting around a table almost like Last Supper style.
Okay.
And then just with all the food.
That's gonna be way too much work. I don't know how you're gonna do that. Good luck
I'll
to
find
you.
someone. You know what? You don't want me doing it. It'll look like the most horrific Photoshop. Half of Bomb's face will be gone.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just gonna be warped. I'll somehow be upside down. Okay, so we had mukbang. I now know what a mukbang is. So, okay, we've got apple crumble. I'll be making lumpia. Although I also love, my favorite dessert to make is cheesecake.
Oh no.
I love doing
Oh,
homemade.
I have a-
homemade. But I also really like making pies. To me, a cheesecake is a pie, though. Fight me, debate. But
Oh no.
I do like-
It's gonna be in chat now.
I mean, I guess it is.
okay,
I mean, yeah.
every year, every holiday season, I pitch that to the office. I pitch that at work. It's like, hey guys, cheesecake. Is it a cake or is it a pie? Discuss.
I mean, I think it's more of a pie. Yeah, no, it's a
Yeah.
pie.
Yeah, it's not a
pie.
cake,
I
is it?
think
It's definitely a
pie.
cake.
Oh,
Definitely.
yes! Pies
I can't
win!
think of. Yeah, no.
Pie is definitely
I
win.
never thought about it, but yeah, I think it's a pie.
Chat, we'll let you guys discuss amongst yourself. But I love making cheesecake. I do like making the homemade like butter crust pie though. I used to do like the tiny little apple pies with the little lattice kind of
Yeah.
things with the crust, but I haven't done that in a long time. Okay, the rest of you guys.
Yep.
Hey, proof cereal isn't technically a soup.
I think
Favorite cereal. What you got?
I have an unhealthy obsession with granola cereal.
Oh.
It's not okay.
It's funny how you call it unhealthy obsession when granola is supposed to be like the
Oh,
healthy
no, but-
option.
It's unhealthy when you eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Nah. What? Get out
That's
of
when it's
here.
healthy. Yeah, I sometimes like I'm hungry. I don't want to cook. I'm just gonna eat cereal again, and just pour out a bowl of granola
Fine.
cereal.
That's fine. That's standard. That's good. That's well good.
Other than that, I'm a big fan of shreddies.
Oh,
I'm
like
not sure
shredded
what those are.
Wheaties? Like shredded
Yeah,
wheat?
shredded wheat. Yeah.
Okay.
Nah. Weetabix.
What else you guys got for your like favorite holiday dishes? There is one answer.
Is Weetabix like giant shreddy? Or is it
No.
completely different?
It's
completely
completely
different.
yeah, it's
So
completely different.
That was an interesting thing to get used to after moving here. Because the cereal is totally different.
Oh yeah,
Explain!
it's different.
I'm a
and
fan
way
of
less. There's way
Crunchy
less-
Nut. I like Crunchy Nut because it's
I
basically
have no
like
idea what this
it's
is.
cornflakes. Crunchy Nut is cornflakes.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
mean,
No,
we
we're
have
gonna
way-
do this. We're doing this.
We have a
So
lot smaller
UK
variety of cereal here.
versus North American.
Like
Breakfast
North America,
cereals.
America has a ridiculous amount
And
of
it's all
cereals.
full of sugar. Cinnabons!
Yeah, but we have I think we have a sugar tax or something like that.
And blueberries.
I don't know what any of these are.
Yes! Blueberries
Okay,
so good.
that's the Halloween.
Yeah.
Spoopy season
Yeah.
cereals. You have Count Chocula. You
Uh,
have
Frankenberry.
blueberries and Frankenberries.
Isn't there one more? Chat, help. I'm pretty sure there's one more.
There's gotta be. Okay.
Okay,
This
Nicole,
is the
should
beginning
go.
of our stream. Okay, top
American
20
cereal is
cereals
just marshmallows.
in What are Aries? Berries. And yes, American cereal is just a bowl of sugar. You guys do have a sugar tax. I think that probably helps.
what?
Okay.
Yeah, we have a sugar
so
tax.
what the heck are golden nuggets? I just googled top 20 cereals in the UK. You've got
Sugar Puffs.
They
You've
have
got
golden
Cocoa
nuggets.
Pops. You've got Cocoa Pops,
Cocoa
which
Pops
are
is
like Cocoa
great.
Pebbles. That's fine. Cookie Crisp. We've got Cookie Crisp.
Okay. Yes.
Yep. Golden Nuggets. What,
What
the
are those?
flapjack?
I haven't had.
What are
golden
those?
I've heard of it, but I haven't had
What are
golden
those?
nuggets.
I love
What?
Sound
Crunchy
like
Nut.
Sugar Puffs. Sugar
I
Puffs.
will
What are golden nuggets?
devour a box of Crunchy Nut. Yeah, golden nuggets. I don't know that. Golden grams. We've got those.
Oh,
Yeah,
golden.
I loved my
oh,
golden
okay.
grams. Cheerios. Yep, that's good.
Mhm.
Nesquik cereal. Yeah,
Milkshake.
I think I remember that.
I never
Okay,
had
so
Nesquik cereal. I've had Nesquik
curiously
milkshake.
cinnamon. Is that like cinnamon toast crunch?
I don't. Like I said, I only really eat granola cereal.
Hey,
I
Vic,
don't
what's
know.
up? Voidcat Gaming, how are you? Welcome, friends. Welcome
Weetos.
to our D&D campaign in which we're talking about cereal. Golden nuggets are corn pops.
Are they?
It looks like it, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense because they look like nuggets.
Yeah, and also their mascot is I don't know what you call it, but basically someone who would
We've lost Kendis. Oh,
Okay.
there you are. Oh, thank
yeah.
goodness.
Also the mascot is someone that would like search for gold at the riverside. I don't know what the name of it is called. Like yeah, that's their mascot. So I think that's also part of why they call it golden
That
nuggets.
Oh.
Granola is just fight mode oatmeal.
Yes, exactly. I agree.
It's oatmeal who's been hit
Rice
in the gym.
Krispies is great. Oh my god. Okay, there's a
I
way you have to
love
make
Rice
Rice Krispies for it to be delicious. There's a specific way, especially with marshmallows.
Sugar.
Yes, and sugar, of course. Yeah,
Okay. Lucky
definitely
Charms.
extra sugar.
Okay, but
I've had
curiously
actually-
cinnamon though.
Lucky
Is that like
Charms, yeah.
cinnamon toast crunch or like cinnamon life?
Okay.
I don't know what any of those
but
things are, so I don't. You comparing it to cinnamon toast crunch does not
Politely
help me because I
interested
don't know what.
sugar puffs.
They're like squares of like sugar.
Politely interested.
Seriously. That's the best way of describing cereal. Politely interested sugar puffs. Curiously cinnamon.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
Google it.
but have you ever had Rice Krispies made with Fruity Pebbles?
No.
You mad woman.
So
That's
good!
amazing. Okay, curiously cinnamon is cinnamon toast crunch
Okay.
for the UK versus,
Okay.
you know.
I mean, I haven't had
The
either,
comparison.
so it's still just as confusing to me.
Yeah.
but-
Rice
Okay, right.
Krispies with, okay, so do you mean like in the cereal or if you're making Rice Krispie treats but with Fruity Pebbles in them?
Yes.
Ooh.
Why not both?
Both.
Both.
Lucky Charms, yep, that's a common cereal. Frosted Shreddies, I guess those are like frosted mini
Yeah,
wheats.
just yeah.
Shit on them.
Oh, that was so bad.
Then you've
for me.
got Sugar Puffs, Special K, Corn Flakes, Bran Flakes, Weetabix, Weetos. What's the difference between Weetabix and Weetos?
I think
Smaller.
it's just a different brand and
Okay.
smaller, yeah.
And then Frosties.
I used to love Frosties. That was just frosted cornflakes with like
Yep.
cornflakes
I
with sugar
really
in it.
appreciate that you have a cereal just called Sugar Puffs.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, just call it
plainly
what it
tell
is.
me what it
You're
is.
not sugarcoating it, if you will.
Oh no.
The
Oh,
Brits
no.
just say it like it is. Sugar Puffs. What the heck is that mascot? That's scary. It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
it's
weird, like, sugar hyped Jabba the Hutt.
Yep.
That's Jabba. That's like a baby Jabba.
Yellow Jabba, yeah.
Sugar Hut.
Oh
But
god,
not
yeah.
nearly
No,
as
yeah,
good as
no,
no.
Baby Yoda. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, this
I
is terrifying.
binged all of Mandalorian last weekend.
Yeah.
Mando's my
Yes.
favorite. That
I
was
still haven't
so
watched it.
good. Oh my gosh, the child.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I just know the memes.
This
the
is the
baby
way.
Yoda memes.
This is the way.
Decided.
Oh god.
I have spoken. It was so good. Oh my gosh. New obsession. Anyway, croissant every morning. Whoa! Mofulu!
A
Hail.
croissant.
Praise.
Mofulu, hi.
Mofulu. Hello and welcome, friend. Thank you. We didn't even get to the D&D stuff yet, but hey. Hosting the stream too, dude! Welcome. Come one, come all as we compare breakfast cereals and the sugar consumption of the average American.
Yep.
It's. I remember I had Lucky Charms for the first time when I went to America, and I felt my body shutting down. What was like, why would you do this to me? Why do you have this much sugar? It was like, it was not happy.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Diabetes.
Welcome to America. This is the way.
Diabetes is the way.
Wait to the hospital.
Diabetes. The
I
way.
woke up from a
It is
coma, they were
the
like,
way
what
to
happened?
the hospital. That was good. That was good, Rich.
Almond croissant, yeah, that is nice. They are nice.
Almond croissant. Ooh,
I haven't had an almond
j'adore
croissant.
les croissants.
I've had like a
Little
butter
pain au chocolat.
croissant. Interesting fact, but apparently in, I think it's in specifically Paris, I think,
Fun fact.
there's a way you make croissants that tell you what is in it. So like if you have a plain croissant, it's just like a kind of, it's quote unquote straight on the edges. But if it's butter, they have to curl it on the edges to let you know that it contains butter. Yeah, it was really interesting. I remember I went on a school trip and we went on to a whole like legitimate bakery that made croissants, and they like told us everything about it, let us make some as well. It was fun, very interesting as well.
They're
Sounds
tasty. They're well
I
tasty.
see. Oh, I love like a nice buttery croissant.
It's so good.
Maybe with a little bit of like strawberry jam with it, something.
Yeah.
Okay, I love honey though. I'm a honey fiend. Put some honey
I'm
on
not
like
anymore.
anything.
I used to put honey on everything, and then after a while I was like, maybe I shouldn't be putting honey on everything. I don't really like it anymore.
Oh no! You burnt out on honey?
Yeah, I
Overload.
burnt out on honey. It's fine. I just replaced it with just flour
America
sugar.
reps.
It's okay.
America. Yep, croissant with berry jam. Crave. Oh, like, is that a cereal? Crave?
It's like
Everyone's
Crave
who lives
cereal,
in
yeah.
American Lads on Tour.
it's got,
Biscuit
like,
browns and
chocolate
good.
Yeah.
There's a new coffee place. Cronuts. Cruffins. What?
What?
Cruffin?
Oh,
your-
cronuts,
And
croissant,
bricks
donuts.
of cinnamon swirls.
Oh yeah,
What was
cronuts are
that,
croissant
Scriv?
dolphin.
Okay, I think I've had a cronut before. Cruffin is new to me.
I've never
Why?
had a cruffin. And what
Why?
are bricks? Or just straight up bricks of cinnamon swirls. What?
Ooh.
That sounds like it. I'll just like my body will shut down. So here's the thing with sugar, right? I like sugar in certain, I guess,
Capacities?
vehicles, capacities. I'm not a
Vehicles.
big
I like them in cars,
The-
but not so much in buses.
the
you
vessel
know?
by which I consume
I like them on
the
a bike,
sugar makes
but
a difference.
not on a train.
In a box with a box.
Yeah.
On a train.
Oh,
On
the
a
suits are coming for
plane.
you.
But not in Spain. No, so I love baked goods. I love pastries and cakes and cookies and all of those things. I'm sure I would love a cruffin.
I mean, I
But
don't like-
I'm not the biggest like candy. Well,
I was
okay,
gonna-
you know.
yeah. I'm not
you
the biggest
see,
chocolate fan.
I love
Drak,
chocolate.
didn't you like
Chocolate
order a
shuts me
bunch of
down.
Yeah.
candy?
Although
that
I did
one
have
time?
like 3 bags of little bags of gummy bears today.
Yeah, I like candy, but I
I
don't
get
like chocolate.
cravings. Okay.
Chocolate kind of shuts me down. I realize that I get very grumpy after I eat chocolate. Yeah, it's really
Chocolate
bad. I
makes
remember
you grumpy?
yeah, I used to eat like Cocoa Pops in the morning before school, and I'd go to school and I'd be such an awful person. And after the next day, I like think back on what I've been saying. I was like, why would I say that? That's awful. So I just stopped eating Cocoa Pops after that, and I felt so much better. I don't know why it affects my mood like that.
So the Snickers thing would not work for you. It's like,
No.
you're not yourself. Have a Snickers.
Yeah, it would be an
You'll
exact
just
opposite.
turn into like this ragey dragon. Drak.
You're not yourself.
An
Stop
actual
eating
dragon.
those
Stop
Snickers.
eating Snickers. Oh,
Okay, wow. We got so off topic.
very off topic.
Yeah,
Yes.
guys, what are you doing to us, chat? Some of you who have tuned in on the stream before know very well, and you know, some of you friends lurking out there know very well how food motivated I am. You can't be doing this. This is not. This ain't cool. Y'all are crazy. Now I'm thinking about like croissants and honey and
Lumpia.
lumpia. No, no. Okay.
Bring it back around.
Bring it back around. Grounded. All right. So, we are here to play D&D tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Believe it
are
or
we?
not.
Right?
Wait, you mean we're not going to discuss cereal?
I
mean, we
mean,
can. We can discuss
Well,
it in character.
you can discuss. We need. We need to
I
explore
don't know.
more of the recipes of Glenfarra. Idea. Guys. Okay. What if we converted our favorite recipes, holiday recipes IRL, to Iyastera recipes?
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
that sounds awesome.
Great idea.
That's an idea. That could be a fun chill creation sort of thing.
That'd be well good chill creation, yeah.
Ooh, look at that, guys! You heard it here first. That's adorable. I mean, we have like our Iyastera birthday traditions. Now let's do like holiday meals.
Oh, I love it.
I mean,
Okay, we'll do that.
Eorad doesn't eat. So
Oh,
You know what?
but he's watched people cook, so
that would
I'll
be
just say
even
that.
funnier though. Eorad's version of something that
Oh,
he saw
no.
someone else cooking
Oh,
and
no.
eating.
Oh no.
like, I don't really know what they did, but they did this really.
Because we want to be polite.
Like I don't know what I don't really get it, but I remember them putting this white powder in it, so I just dump it in.
Oh no!
Is it salt? Is it flour? Is it sugar? No one knows.
No one knows.
Let's move past that. We already used our allotted drug reference for the evening. So,
Oh
Yeah,
Time.
the obvious thing to say
I
there.
didn't think about that. Good.
Not the dealer.
I'm sorry. Family friendly. So, I think
That's
it's
over it
time.
now.
I think it's time for us to sign off. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
We're gonna go ahead and show our opening Heroes of Iyastera video and enjoy that. I'll go ahead and mute the desktop audio so we can talk in peace. And then when we return, it's game time. Let me pause that. Fantastic music. All right, everyone, enjoy the video.
It's so funny to chat.
My microphone's gone. Yep. A waffle iron? Is there a waffle
Wow.
iron
You
attached?
know what? I came out here to have a good time, and I feel so attacked right now. Wait, hold on. I have to say that in character. Hold on. I came out here to have a good time, and I feel so attacked right now.
Hashtag toast of Iyastera. Kendis, what are you
No.
doing? Toast with okay.
Make it happen. It's all about the hashtags.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 3 of our Heroes of Iyastera D&D 5e Fusion, hashtag 5e Fusion campaign. Welcome. So, if we do a recap and try to get this train back on the tracks.
It was never on the track.
It was never on the tracks.
It will never be.
So, when we were last in Glenfarra, we'll do a quick review. Actually, how much do you guys remember of the story? Have you guys learned how to take notes yet?
Nope, I never met her.
All of it.
Oh! Notes? Whose notes? We don't know them.
I remember some things.
Uh-huh.
I remember yeeting. I remember too much
Yeah.
yeeting.
There
too
much
much.
eating was to be had.
Too
Okay.
much.
So the session opened up, actually with Bomb. Recovering a little bit from all the sap at the birthday celebration, being woken up in the wee hours before sunrise. The spirits of the Timbersmith family noticed a disturbance in the forest, and they went outside to find a strange figure within the Knotless Wood. Horned figure, completely shrouded in shadow and darkness, had found its way into your ancestral woods, into the trees themselves. You went out.
Crib.
Invading the crib, yo. So you went out with the spirits of your family surrounding you. You were able to drive it away, but not before the figure, after withdrawing a hand from your cousin's tree, your cousin Lamp? Your cousin Lamp's tree, left it withered, in a wintered state, completely frostbitten, the leaves withdrawn, if not fallen completely, from the branches themselves. And Lamp's spirit fallen quiet, withdrawn back into the roots of the tree, in such a way where at one point you had hoped that all the family would be able to return to their resting, peaceful state, but this was different. Not so much restful, but more of a trapped state, to the point where Lamp couldn't even respond to you when you called for them. So you woke everyone after this nightmarish apparition, and you went to visit Lady Vervain to see what you can learn of these kinds of happenings, because elsewhere in the Glenfarren forests, you know that other strange occurrences were also taking place. Other parts of the forest, which predominantly was in its autumnal state, had progressed into the state of frost and decay. Lady Vervain was visibly disturbed by your account of what came to pass in the Knotless Woods. And when you asked about the spring, wondering if perhaps there was something wrong with the source of the energy of the life within the forest itself, she was avoidant and refused to grant you entry until she knew more about what was going on. All she could say was that something wasn't quite right. She recommended that you visit the Goodsongs, one of the other native families of Glenfarra, a halfling clan, who are known for helping the trees flourish through their music and having sort of a unique connection to the trees, much as the Timbersmith family does. Along the way, you dropped off Marlowe and Eorad at the Bouldersmiths to begin the apprenticeship after some shenanigans with one of the sons. And much to their dismay, the apprenticeship turned out to be rather tedious, as Kendra, Kralda, the no-nonsense matriarch of the family, started you off on some basics. Just getting basic shapes out of some of the larger chunks of stone that the family had mined. Kendis and Baum, you went on ahead to meet with the Goodsongs, and you were greeted by the youngest and eldest of the family, respectively, Luz and Fidel. Fidel, the oldest son, told you that their father, Oscar, had left that morning in a hurry to check on something in the Singing Grove, this circle of ancient willows. Something felt off, as he put it. Hurrying to that grove in the southern part of the woods, you found Oscar in a severely frostbitten and twisted state. And that is where we'll begin. Fidel calls out, "Dad! Dad!" and tries to rush forward, but both of you, instinctively, simultaneously, reached out and pulled him back. It was not too difficult. You were both very, very quick. You were already on alert, sensing that something was indeed wrong before his halfling form rushed out to try to reach that of his father, crouched down upon the ground. His skin, a dark, icy blue. Eyes, black and glass-like. His hair and clothes had become brittle and barely a breath seemed to escape his lips, which you'd be able to tell from this distance. The grove was in a state of winter. The trees had withered. There was frost on the bark. It seems like whatever effect had befallen this part of the forest had progressed farther than elsewhere that you've seen within Glenferra. There he sat, knelt upon the ground, clawed fingers half buried into the soil before him, seeming to be grasping at the earth. He turned his head stiffly and slowly to face you with eyes empty of any sort of recognition. Unmoving. Fidel tries to call out again, struggling against both of your holds. No, Dad! Dad! What's wrong with him? What happened? And you hold him back, and eventually he stops struggling, just now shock, tears already starting to form in his eyes. I'll get my notes.
I'm going to try and calm him a bit.
Okay. How do you calm him? Calm him. What do you do? What do you say?
Trying to think of a way I can make craft. Hang on. I've got the Furbowl's got a speech of beast and leaf, and I can speak to trees. So I'm going to kind of speak in this the language of the trees and the leaves around me, in a really kind of like calm way. Like the assonance of the way I'm speaking is going to be very kind of slow and drawn out, and it's going to I'm trying to use words that are representative of peace and kind of feelings of nature.
Okay.
So I kind of say things like, be like the trees, relax. They're stoic. They're in their roots. They're never going anywhere. They're never dying. All these things. I keep saying these words and repeating them to him.
Roll for persuasion. Because even as you're saying, the trees are calm, they're never dying. You're in the middle of the singing grove, which very much seems to be in a state of frozen decay.
11.
11?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's not calm, but he stops struggling. Because of course the good songs have more of that attunement to the trees, that affinity. Not the same way that the timbersmiths do, not as integrated into their beings in that sense, but more of an empathic connection. So the words that you're saying, while he's still definitely stressed, that's his father on the ground there. He understands, and he's trying to stay calm and find that center, as you are encouraging him to do.
Edgewitch, what's happening?
Well, can I go a perception check and see
Yes.
if I can...
Do you stay where you are, or do you move closer?
Am I able to take a couple of steps closer?
You can. You certainly can.
I will do that. And
How-
then what's my modifier for perception?
Wisdom.
Ooh, bear with.
I will let you roll perception, wisdom, or rather nature or arcana with this. Depending on what it is you're looking for.
I'm gonna go wisdom, and that is a 14 plus modifier is 18.
Nice. That's high. That's good.
Yeah, so I want to sense. I don't know. I'm just looking for like where the kind of magic this is, and like whether this is a favorable situation.
So with a 19, having some of that green as a hedge witch, studying more of the green magic alongside the red. Taking a look at your surroundings, you are able to confirm that no, this is not natural, even though ice and frost and the winter slumber that comes to the forest is a natural effect. It is completely out of season, and it is violent in a way. With a 19, you'd be able to determine this happened very quickly, very intensely, in a short period of time. You see this just by the clear distinction, almost a sharp contrast between the willows and the inner ring, the grass within them, the roots and the flowers. Some of the flowers don't even seem shriveled, but completely shriveled, but it seems like frozen. Wilted, but frozen still. But then there's a sharp contrast between the center of the singing grove and the more normal, green, life-filled grass and trees outside of the grove. Whatever happened here, it was sudden, it was intense, and it was localized. With a 19, looking closer at Oscar now, it looks like a very, very severe form of frostbite, as if caused by a draining of life. He's not undead, but not quite alive. As far as you can tell, that's not really your specialty. How close did you go?
Not too close. Like maybe like 3 or 4 steps forward.
Okay. 3 or 4 steps forward as you move. Oscar, who was more looking just blankly in your general direction, as soon as you move and come closer, laser focus, staring directly at you. And he starts to rise from his crouched position on the earth, and still hunched, moving slowly, stiffly, as if his joints themselves were frozen, starts to try to walk towards you. Slowly, not running, almost as if drawn to you.
Are you still in there?
Walking.
Can you hear me?
Walking
It's
towards
okay.
you.
You're among friends.
Reaches out. And for a split second, it almost looks like there's a glint of recognition in the eyes. Before suddenly a strong hand grips your forearm and tries to pull you in. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh shit, that's...
As soon as those frozen hands, the fingers, grip your arm, surprisingly strong, it's so cold, so searingly cold that it feels as though your skin almost blisters beneath the touch. And you feel whatever warmth that was within your arm, that limb, it's as if it's being drained out of you. What did you roll?
11.
11.
And no modifier.
You take 1d6 cold damage. And he's not letting go. Oscar is attempting to grapple. 4 cold damage.
What was that, sorry?
4 cold damage.
Okay, cool. Timbersmith! Help! Damn it!
Okay, I reach out. I've got one arm around the young one, and I, with my other hand, I say a Cinnabon, and
So you're
and,
attacking then?
not necessarily. I'm casting Entangle. So I'm gonna try and pull. I'm gonna try and pull some of the roots up from the earth around, right up his body, around his arms, trying to entangle him, kind of grasp him. If I can do that, if the roots are there to do.
Oscar needs to do a saving throw, right?
Strength, yeah.
Strength? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's only a 7.
That is a fail.
That is a fail. So describe how the vines entangle.
So it's kind of the roots of the willow trees kind of extend into the circle, and although the ground's frozen beneath, I'm hoping that there's some kind of like strong roots still. So I kind of visualize under the earth, and then bring them up with my fingers like the roots. So I'm almost like mimicking the roots as they come up.
Yeah.
So I kind of draw them around Oscar's sort of form, all the way up to his arm, and trying to tuck everything in, like almost wrap around him.
Yeah.
So the willow roots are quite strong.
Excellent.
Anyway.
They are. They absolutely are. And you had to dig deep to find traces of the willow trees that had not been frozen and frostbitten themselves. But you were able to. And as you bring them up and you feel that warmth and the life, almost as if the interaction with your magic was able to restore some of the life within these willow trees as you woke them from their frozen slumber. So they wrap tightly around Oscar's small but surprisingly strong form. Kendis, you're able to yank your arm away, and where his hands had touched, your feathers had grown dark. Not quite to the point where you yourself are frostbitten, but it felt as though that life, that warmth was being just drawn from you, sucked out of you in a way. And since you're paying attention, and I'm not going to make you re-roll your check from earlier, the still outstretched hand of Oscar from between the vines and roots, it almost looked like some of the color had returned, but it faded again, going back to that frostbitten state almost immediately. Fidel looks horrified. What is this? What happened to him? What's wrong? Don't hurt him.
Go up and speak to him.
Are you sure?
Don't get close.
Are you sure? Dad? And he runs up.
Stand here and talk. Yeah.
Well, he starts to try to get closer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But after seeing what happened, he is keeping a distance, and you have the willow roots holding him tight. Dad? Dad, what happened? What happened to you? Can you hear me? And you're looking. It seems like Oscar does not recognize him. He's barely even registering that his son is in front of him, but still looking at you, Kendis.
Is he able to move, or is he still like kind of...
It looks like he's straining against the vines and the roots. And the more Fidel, he starts crying. And at this show of emotion, and with Fidel even taking another step closer, Oscar's eyes turn from Kendis to Fidel, and he starts leaning, straining forward through the vines, with an intake of breath, as if trying to inhale any of that warmth, any of that life.
Hedgewitch, what do you make of this? We don't have long. We have to act very quickly.
One of us should keep him restrained, and we should get help. I don't know. We can't do this on his own. My healing magic isn't enough, not at such short notice, not without certain spells prepared. This isn't, and kind of like doesn't want to say this doesn't look good in front of the kid, but like kind of tries to communicate that through like eyes. And we can't let this happen to anyone else. This is far more serious than I could ever have imagined.
We have to get him home. We can't leave him here. Fidel speaks up, tears running down his face. I don't understand what happened. He left this morning. He said something seemed wrong. I don't know what it was that did this to him, or if it was a thing. We can't leave him out here.
You take him to an open fire.
Let's bring him home. Let's take him back to the house.
Yes, indeed. So Bomb kind of walks up behind Oscar, and he casts bark skin on himself.
Oh,
all his skin
smart.
goes like tree bark, and then he kind of puts his arms around Oscar and around the roots.
Okay, around the roots as well.
Yeah. So try not to touch this
Okay.
this Oscar's skin.
Good.
And trying to take whatever kind of cold effect within the bark skin spell.
Okay. You can still sense some of that cold, but because you have that barrier, it does not affect you. That's fine. You can see, however, that some of the roots and vines around him are starting to wither the longer they are in contact with him.
So, as I usually carry sometimes tree trunk carvings on my that sort of back arrangement, I've got like these straps and things on my back. So I'm going to put Oscar like a tree trunk onto my back, basically.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do so.
Okay. So I strap him in like I would a tree trunk and one of my carvings.
Okay. So you're able to carry him back to the Good Song home. That trio of homes, of wooden cabins. And Fidel ushers both of you in. He goes ahead to make sure. He'll explain. I don't want the others seeing him yet. I can't let them see him like this. It's not safe. Let's bring him here. And he opens the back door to the main house. And it actually enters into like a kitchen kind of nook with a small table. Actually, rather a large table. The Good Songs are a pretty good, big family.
Yeah.
But he takes you through there, down through another doorway to the left, and there's a room there. He said, "Here, just put him. This is Mom and Dad's room. Just put him here." And there's a small hearth in there, and he's getting a fire going.
Okay, good. Yeah. I don't take the restraints away. I just kind of like sit down with my back to the fire, so he's facing the fire.
Okay.
It's being stoked now, and
What do we
Hedwig,
do?
any ideas?
What do we do? We have to.
Don't touch him. That's it. We have to keep him from it.
I have to find Mom. I don't know. I think she was.
That would be...
I think she's with the Lazarus. I think she was with the Lazarus today. Well, I have to find her, but I can't. Can you find her? I can't leave him.
We need every magic user at our disposal.
Get my mom. Get the Ravains, the Bouldersmiths. We don't know what this is.
The Ravains, excellent. They can't keep things from us. With this dirt in front of us, we need access to the wellspring. We need. I will be calm. We need to think carefully. We need to keep this contained. We need to not panic. It's the only case of this that we are aware of so far. So things might still be not as severe as they could be. We need to look at the wellspring sooner rather than later and work out how all of this is connected. Wouldn't you agree, Timbersmith?
Indeed, yes. Something is afoot with the Vervains as well.
Yes.
But we need your mother here, yes. Once the fire is stoked, you're free to go and find her. You can trust us. We'll look after Oscar.
Okay. I'll ask Des to go find Mom. Des is one
Indeed.
of the other siblings.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Okay. Please hurry back. Is he gonna be okay?
Of course he'll be okay.
Everything in our power. Will you not, child?
I know you will. I trust you. Okay. I'll stay here. I'll find Des. I'll tell him to go get Mom.
Good. Can I just cast detect magic? It's one of my cantrips. Just want to do a detect magic
Okay.
spell on Oscar as he's right on my back.
Okay. It's not an active enchantment. However, you definitely feel it's like a strange perversion of natural with some necromantic. Necromantic, not necessarily in the sense that he is undead, but more of a perversion of a state of life. And as you're casting this, I'm not going to make you roll an extra thing for it. It feels in your bones similar to what happened to Lamp's tree, but in a much more intense manner.
I feel the relation between this and my cousin's tree, which makes me feel this is some sort of targeted attack. Why Oscar, I do not know. Maybe something to do with the spring, maybe something to do with the Vervains. I'm not good with mysteries.
Well, since we're in these parts that we have anything so dark and calculated, I suppose to find the connection between the victims would be a good start.
It's either Oscar or the Grove. One of the two is targeted, I feel. If the spring has already been subject to something dark, and my homestead, and now here, there can't be a coincidence, can it?
Surely not. It seems nature as a whole is being targeted in some way. We must see the spring. We must confront the Vervains about whatever they're trying to keep from us. I can't see any other way than to brute force our way into a confrontation with them. Like, what else can we possibly do? Confronted with this, how could they possibly deny us help or deny our involvement without seeming like they are? I don't know, just causing, deliberately sabotaging justice.
I must think of my business, though. They're my main clients. I need to go light with them. Go easy.
Will you have any clients if the forest is destroyed? Can you carve from this? And like gestures to the withered vines on the outside.
You make a good point, but Mother will not see it that way. But you're, by all means, go in there, feathers bristling, and leave me to back you up in a subtle way.
Indeed, I cannot ask you to throw your livelihood on the line. I, on the other hand, have less to lose, and I don't mind going in feathers bristling, as you so aptly put it. Do you think I'm making the right decision?
Yes. I wouldn't.
I value your opinion, Smith.
You're very persuasive when your feathers are bristling. It should go well.
I imagine that you've kind of stepped out of the house to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
You have a strong force of will. Let's use it now.
Indeed, I would quite like some backup from our intimidating new sentinel friend. Over muscle couldn't hurt.
Good idea.
Let's go and collect him, shall we?
Yes.
And scene shift. With that, Marlowe, Eorad, you've got no idea what's going on. And in fact, this is a good song. You are at the Boulder Smith workshop still. Making some darn good stone cubes. And Kralda is actually quite impressed at the control and the proportions with the way you're working with the tools. Actually, both of you. Marlowe, this will be a crafting kind of check for you. Eorad, how would you approach the carving of the stone? Are you going to be more strength-based, more direct?
Oh, no.
Or more of a sleight of hand, dexterous
definitely sleight of
approach?
hand. Brute strength isn't his thing.
Yeah. So go ahead, both of you roll some checks for me to see how these are turning
So would
out.
that just be dexterity, or would it be a
Do a
specific
sleight
skill?
of hand. Do a sleight of hand. Yeah.
Pretty good was that? 23. 22. 22.
Dang!
That's good.
21. Very good, both of you.
Naturals.
And that is exactly what Kralda says. This is impressive. And as you finish up this set of blocks, she's not having you do like big blocks, but more like, we'll say that you're basically making D6s. She's checking for consistency of the cut and the carve and how steady but strong your hand is. It's like, these are wonderful. These are very good. I think you'll be progressing to the next level in no time. Are you ready for some spheres?
Yes.
You've gone from dice, now you're making marbles. Which, to be fair, is going to be more difficult. And as she walks you through this and kind of shows you some examples, you see with the squares, with the cubes, you wanted more of those steady, strong edges and corners, those smooth, flat planes, but with a sphere. You're taking the rough stone and creating something smooth, something a bit softer with it. Let's get you making some marbles. So she goes, collects some other things. She almost seems giddy, which is a weird thing for her, at having not one, but two apprentices that are actually progressing pretty well. Pretty well. And even though this seems kind of tedious and silly and weird, because it is tedious and silly and weird, the more you do this kind of thing, and this is for our audience as well, within this game, the more you practice a skill, even if it's not a typical skill, we will mechanically be able to reward that. So both of you will see, not necessarily by the end of this session specifically, but if you continue with this kind of trend, you would both basically have like an increase in any sort of checks that involve working with stone. You will start to learn more and build upon this knowledge and skill set. So we'll be marking this down and keeping
Awesome.
track of these kinds of things.
Nice.
Everything has some sort of point.
Yeah.
Unless it's eating a dwarf over a wall. I don't know what you guys did with that.
I don't know what that's about.
Stone.
That was a
A
thing.
national
Yeah.
sport.
So you moved from dice to marbles.
I just want to say that all of Eorad's dice all had 6s on every side of it.
You can even do the little with those rolls. You didn't just make 6-sided dice and cubes, rather. You were able to get like the little pips, either the pips or the numbers. However you decide to make them, because both of you got technically higher than 20.
Mhm.
Really. So, pretty darn good. It's like, we'll make bolder smiths of you yet. And she dumps some more rock in front of you. And as you're going through this process, she's asking some questions, you know. So what did bring you here? How did you cross paths with the timber smith and the hedge witch?
Eorad like pauses for a second, and then gets back to chiseling and like working on the stone, and just says, "I was just wandering, and we kind of just ran into each other. Needed a place to stay, and they offered."
Just wandering, huh?
Yeah.
Just happened to come to Glenfarra and you're wandering?
Well, yeah. I've
Yep.
never been outside of your cool, so I just picked a direction and walked.
You walked from your cool to here, did you?
I mean, not all the way. I
Do you
met
not
Marlowe.
have to breathe? Can you breathe underwater? She's actually curious now.
Yes.
How
I
does
don't need
that
to breathe.
work?
How does your breathing work? I don't know.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Okay. All right, Metal Man. All right. So, marbles. And you continue on making small talk. Eventually, Kendis, you walk up. And you enter upon this kind of scene with, I don't know, Marlowe, Eorad, how are you guys feeling? What is your disposition? How are each of you approaching this task?
Oh.
The same way we approached the cubes.
I think Eorad is probably like he's very into. He's sitting on the floor like legs crossed and like
Yeah.
just chiseling away, like smoothing out the stone. He looks like, I mean, he doesn't really look like, he's got the disposition of like a kid who's just learned a new skill and he just won't stop
Yeah.
doing that skill. Like just
Aww, that's adorable. And it can be pretty calming too, actually. There's something sort of nice about the repetitive, satisfying nature of being able to take one thing and turn it into something else. Marlowe, how are you feeling about making dice and marbles?
I would rather be making something. I would rather be making much more complex things. I've made a squirrel. Come on.
You did. You did make a
I love
squirrel.
that. I think. Okay. I want to kind of suggest this. So every time like Eorad completes this marble, he like very excited goes like, "Marlowe, look what I made! Look, isn't it cool?"
Yes.
And he's so pumped. He's so excited about it. Despite the fact that Marlowe's definitely done way more complicated stuff.
Marlowe's just very over this. But like every time Eorad looks up, she's like, "You're doing great, bud.
And then just gets back to
Proud of you." Yeah, and it's just like,
Kralda, seeing this, because you're not really hiding your
No.
emotional response, pats you on the back. Don't you worry, dearie. We'll get you back to making some better things soon. But you've got to start with the basics. You've got to be deliberate, consistent, reliable, just like the stone. And at this point, yeah, Balm and Kendis, you can walk up. Marlowe probably is looking like, save me.
yeah.
Timbersmith, Hedge Witch, welcome, welcome. These new pupils you brought me are doing fine work.
Good question. How many marbles have we made? This could be an item that we use. So I want to know.
Game.
How long does it take? Because you guys were with the
Ball
good
bearings,
songs for.
but make it marbles.
Yeah, they're pretty much stone ball bearings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely won't be 1,000 ball bearings,
No.
but it could be like a few.
Could be like 10 between the two of us.
Yeah.
5 each.
There's probably like 3 from me and like 7 from Marlowe.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long to carve? I'm just Googling it. How long does it take to carve stone marbles? Because I'm curious. Google has some weird
Is that
stuff.
a thing that you could Google?
I have no idea. I'm trying it. Little by little, one chip at a time. So marble is more of a soft kind of stone.
Huh.
So you haven't made like a ton. We'll say you've got like a dozen between the two
Okay.
of you.
It's fair.
Between the two of us. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've made
That
like
could still
9.
be useful. Yeah, you made 9. I made the other 3. You know, let's make it, let's be generous, a baker's dozen. I made 4.
Baker's dozen. Yep. I'm glad that's still a phrase that's used in the UK as well. A baker's
Is it not
dozen.
used in the US?
It is.
I
It
just-
is.
It is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you never know. Out of all the
Yeah.
phrases that don't translate between, across the pond, it's weird that one does, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on.
We all like our baked
track.
goods, I guess.
Yeah.
We do. So, you brought me some fine students here.
Yes, quite. Look, there's no time for any of that. Things
What do you mean?
are worse than we feared. You and Kendis points at Eorad. I need you to come with me right now, and I suppose you can too. In fact, everyone yes, but all of you, but you two with me.
Hold on. What's happening? You're
Yeah, what's going on?
flustered.
There's no time to explain. There's a curse, strange magic in the forest. And like Kendis holds up their like listed whatever damaged feathers, and it's like it affects organic beings. Eorad, you may be a perfect ally for this particular crisis. I want you to come with me and help me confront the Vervains, and we need to look at that wellspring. I knew I shouldn't have left it. I should have pushed my way forward instead of sitting for breakfast and then just like symbols.
Kendis is
into-
all just feathers, just bristling. It's like when some birds, when they're upset or they're trying to be intimidating, and they have that sort of response, like they puff up to make themselves seem bigger. That's what's happening. I'm imagining in my head.
Eorad is like,
That's definitely happening.
Eorad is just like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I still don't understand what's going on, but okay, I guess I'm standing up now. So it's like jumps
Kendis
up.
is twice their normal size.
Eorad's like, oh yeah,
Marlowe's
I'll help.
like-
Still don't understand, but okay, where are we going? What do I need to do? What is happening?
To the Vervains, we need access to that wellspring. We need to find out what's going on. I'll explain on the way.
Oh, okay, hold on. And he just kind of like picks up all of the marbles he made, and like, does he have a backpack? Yeah, he has a pack,
Yeah,
a backpack. So he like just kind of puts them in his backpack and hurries over to follow Kendis.
Craldo looks at you, Bomb. This seems serious.
Yes, it goes beyond crafting. I have to put this on hiatus.
She looks at the smaller chisel that she had in her hand, puts it down, picks up a sledgehammer. All right, let's go.
Excellent.
The timbersmiths and the bouldersmiths are fairly similar in their approach sometimes. All right, let's see what's to be done. She calls out to her sons, "Boys, keep an eye on the shop. I've got business." And she just walks along with the
I
four
love
of
that.
you.
Excellent.
So what do we want with the Vervains? She asks.
We need to access the spring.
What happened? You went to see the good songs, didn't you? Do you fill her in? Or all of them in? I guess you kind of already did. bit, but it was a blur.
I mean, in my mind, Kendis is kind of trotting angrily ahead,
Yeah.
and then maybe these people get the rear. So does
Yeah.
someone want to fill that in
Mm-hmm.
in a like slightly more measured way than Kendis is? Everyone needs to come with me.
I love it though. I love it. Flustered
I think-
verb.
Eorad just like kind of looks at Bomb. It's like, what happened?
It's actually quite a long story. But, well, you know that Lady Vervain was being slightly deceptive. We both talked about this. We need to get to the bottom of this deception. And we need to access this spring.
Can we not go straight for the spring?
Yeah. Couldn't we just... I mean, she seemed pretty adamant about stopping us the first time. I don't know if we're going again would be helpful.
The hedge witch has
Just
some
go to the
influence.
spring.
The hedge witch has some clout influence in this place, as do the bouldersmiths and timbersmiths. I feel that all of us together will have the desired effect, and there would no need to go around people's backs, behind people's backs.
I mean, you are all from here. I'm just a guest, so I'll follow. I don't know what I can do to help. I just showed up.
As you can see, and Bomb's kind of saying all this as he's walking along, and he's kind of he's getting a little bit breathless, but he's fine because he's a bit out of shape. But he's saying he tells Eorad about the fact that this magic seems to be almost anti-life, and it seems to kind of wilt kind of life, or even if it's skin or blood and things. So that's where he would come in.
Do you want to point out that I am still alive? And if this is magic, I'm not entirely sure if it cares what type of material I'm made of. It clearly doesn't care if it's wood. I'm not sure if metal would be, living metal would be much different.
Who knows?
I'm still willing to help, but I just want to put that possibility out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's get to the spring first.
So you reach the Vervain's home. Again, you can't... Kendis Bomb, you know you can't really get to the spring without going past the house. So you approach the Vervain home again. And actually, you see, as you're walking up to the home, Lord Vervain, Emil, is outside. Enda! Have you seen Enda? He's looking for his son. The younger, about 12-year-old son of Aralai and Emil. We're not done with his history lesson. Enda! He's calling out. What's wrong? See,
History
now
lesson.
taking stock of all of you. What is it?
History lesson you care about. History lesson at a time like this. Why? I ought to. Your deception is unfathomable. This community does not thrive on lies. And how dare you keep this from us? And then just like a stream of just like angry, like
Squawks.
Agakokra language, and Kendis is just like, and clearly like not keeping their temper very well. What is going on with the spring? And do not lie to me.
Whoa! What? What? Oh, come inside. And he just nervously calls for Lady Vervain. Aralai! Company! And just calls out for Enda again. Enda! And ushers you all back in to that same kind of sitting area, that welcoming area as before. And he sits down in front of you, Kendis. Hedgewitch Brackenhill, please calm down. I have no idea what's going on.
Well,
I understand you're angry.
Can I do an insight on his response to Kendis's kind of tirade?
Absolutely. Yeah. Roll an insight check.
Oh, it's quite good. 22.
At first, he actually seemed very taken aback. Like, intimidated by Kendis's anger.
I'm specifically sort of concentrating on when she mentioned spring and lies.
It was all such a blur for him. And when they said lies, he was confused. And that is when his attitude shifted. It's like, okay, that doesn't make sense. We're going to come inside and sit down and talk. It doesn't seem like he's on the defensive, though, if that makes sense. Because with the 20, what did you roll, 22, 23?
22.
22? Not the same kind of reaction that Arlai had earlier that morning. So his reaction is sincere, we'll say.
So now I just want to, as soon as Arlai comes in, I want to see how their interactions are. I'm basically focused on both of them while Kendis kind of talks through things. So I want to see how if he reacts to the spring talk.
So Emil sits down across from you, Kendis. Hedgewitch Brackenhill, you are a respected member of our community. Please tell me what's going on. What do you mean lies? What do you mean spring? What happened?
And Kendis again holds up their damaged feathers in explanation and says, one of the good songs
How did this happen?
One of the good songs fell prey to a very, very strange, life-draining magic. I came into contact with them for a brief second, and this happened to my hand. And I know when we spoke earlier this morning that you weren't entirely truthful in revealing what you knew.
This is Emil, not Arlai.
Oh,
Emil
okay.
wasn't there.
Sorry, my bad.
Arlai is about to walk in. Right about now, but right as Emil looks to you, he goes, may I? Gesturing to the wound.
Okay.
And the two of you, knowing that that Emil is of a clerical skill set, puts his hand over the kind of, we'll say, ice burn on your arm. Breathes in, and as he exhales, you see just a faint blue light from beneath his palm. And you feel that healing energy going into the wound on your arm. And it kind of regenerates. The feathers are still slightly discolored, but that burn is healed now. Is that better?
I thank you. That's most helpful.
Yeah. And he looks up over his shoulder. Arlai walked in. Concern. What is it? I didn't expect you to return so soon. Did the good songs learn something? Were you able to learn something about the trees? And Emil turns around, turns to Arlai. Dear, what's going on?
I'm really focused now on them both.
She's not answering him. She's looking at the two of you. At the four of you, really. What did the good songs say?
I dare say we did learn something from the good songs at their expense.
Are they here?
One of frozen to within an inch of his life with
Frozen?
draining magic that I'd never seen before that did considerable damage to my hand. And I mean, the spring, you haven't been forthcoming about what's going on with the wellspring, and I can't help thinking that the two are connected. And I would like some concrete answers. I want everything that you know. I don't want any more deception or whatever else. I can help you.
Emil stands up when you say deception. Okay. Let's calm down. And he pauses for a moment. Looks at all of you, then looks back to Arlai. Arlai. Is it still happening? He just asks her directly. Pursed lips. For her facial response. I don't know, she said. I was hoping they'd be able to find more. You're right, I was not honest with you. And Kralda, through all of this, is sitting back, just eyes narrowed. Seeing the interaction, just kind of waiting to see what unfolds. There is something wrong with the spring. And it is affecting the forest. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry you got hurt. Who was it? Which good song was it? Who was frozen? It wasn't one of the children.
It was Oscar.
What did you see? Explain everything, please. Was it that figure again?
No, but it feels like the grove has been attacked in a way, just as my cousin's tree was. The touch of death.
Emil stands up, angry, and starts pacing, not saying anything.
I fear for your children.
We started noticing this about a month ago. There's something wrong with the spring. The waters have become cloudy. The trees around the spring itself have started to wither as well. It didn't seem like it was affecting the rest of the forest, so we thought that by blocking it off, stopping access to it, stopping the use of some of the waters, perhaps we'd be able to stop it.
Surely you couldn't have thought that was a permanent solution.
We didn't know. This has never happened before.
Never at all in all the history of Glenfir. Do we know of anything similar across the four lands?
Would I have seen anything like this?
Roll Marlowe. You've traveled a lot. And you've spent a fair amount of time in Ela. Roll a history check for me.
21.
Dang, you're rolling some good rolls tonight, guys!
Yeah.
So, I mentioned Ela in particular. Bring on that lore drops. So, mentioning Ela in particular. Ela is a bit more connected to nature as well. And you have actually seen one of the smaller springs, or at least you know of it. You didn't get close, because it's all guarded, of course. One of the smaller springs off the coast of Ela. You know, it's actually overseen and protected by some sea druids. You've only heard stories of it. You haven't seen it directly. You've sailed kind of past the waters, kind of seeing something in the distance, but you've heard that we'll say about you've been traveling for a while. You heard some of the other sailors say that at one point, about a decade or so ago, as they were sailing past those same waters, it's almost as if it became like strangely stormy. Something was different about the sea there around that grove around where the sea druids were said to inhabit. So that there was, something wrong. That the balance was off. A lot of different stories, a lot of different superstitions around it as well. But they say that at one point, long enough ago, where it started to go into legend that some of the sea druids went mad. And the waters around there, the fish, the wildlife was affected. There's your little bit of lore. That would be connected to something similar. Possibly, maybe. Something with the spring being impacted in a negative way. You remember hearing tales of some sea druids going mad and, well, one ship that was sailing in those waters didn't return. No one you knew. All hearsay. Rumors.
Sailor stories.
Yeah. Sailors have lots of stories. But that's what you know.
Lady Vervain, I feel we should have access to the spring. I feel we need to investigate. Not to take anything away from you.
As the guardian of the spring of Glenfarra, I have to try to keep people safe.
Listen, don't you see? This isn't a coincidence. Look who we have right here on our side. A sentinel from Jakul. An inorganic being, the first that's been around these parts in possibly forever, just in time to come up against a situation where magic combats organic bodies. Does that not seem rather too apt for you?
I don't know. I don't know. It should not be happening. And Emil raises his voice now. No, it shouldn't be happening, but we knew it was happening. You need to tell them the truth. We take them to the spring now. And you know in terms of the dynamic between these two that Aralai is typically more put together. He's a very strong leader. Emil is typically that kind of calmer counterbalance to Aralai. And yet in this moment, he's the one that is becoming impatient. And she's the one that seems lost. It's out of character for her. Kendis, you would know this. Without really having to roll any sort of perception check, because you know the Vervains. You're from here. Marlowe, Eorad, Aralai Vervain just seems lost.
Eorad is also lost. He's very put on the spot when Kendis was like, "We have a sentinel from Yokul," and he's like, he just kind of looks.
Do I juggle? What do I don't know what to do with my hands.
I mean, would Kendis know for sure that Eorad isn't going to be affected by this life-draining magic? Because that's kind of the assumption that they're making.
It's a decent assumption, but without testing it, you don't really know.
Whether Eorad wants to put himself forward for that kind of experiment.
Test, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Bon wants to go to the spring to see if he can talk to some of the nature around there, birds or squirrels or anything like that. So he speaks to animals.
Okay.
speaks to beasts. So they they have more of an idea than they have more sometimes more of a exactly more of a perception of things.
Marlowe, did you have something to say before?
Isn't part of keeping your people safe making sure the thing you're trying to protect is safe for the people?
Aralai looks at you, Marlowe, and you see some tears in her eyes. It's not simply the spring that I'm trying to protect. She looks to Kendis. Where's Oscar? We may need to bring him with us. I'm wondering if perhaps the spring's waters might be able to help him.
I'm happy to return to the good songs and bring Oscar here.
Okay.
I feel confident.
Okay.
Will you then give us access to the spring then, lady?
We'll bring him.
Okay. That's what Bomb does now. He heads straight off.
Yep, so you go to do that. We'll just kind of talk through that. When you return, Fidel is still there. And actually, Eldara, the mother, she's there as well. Just crying, not quite sure what's happening. She looks to you. Oh, Bomb. What do the Vervains say? Fidel told me everything. Can they help him?
Lady Vervain believes so, yes.
Okay.
And we have access to the central spring now.
Okay. Please be careful. We don't want anything happening to you either. She suddenly becomes stern, and that helps you kind of bundle Oscar up so you can take him.
Yeah.
So, you go back. Gotta adjust my seat here. You go back. You return.
Okay.
Aralai asks, ask Emil to keep an eye on Enda and to please make sure that he doesn't follow. Emil protests at first, saying, no, I should come with you. He seems very concerned about Aralai in this moment. I should come with you. You don't have to do this alone. He says, no, it's fine. Please, keep an eye on Enda. This will be fine. I'm not alone. I have them with me. Gesturing to all of you. So, you leave. You exit the back of the Vervain's home. And you start to follow a path winding deeper into the woods. The trees here, at first, do seem healthy. And the path itself is lined with these beautiful kind of like pure white stones on either side of the path leading in through the trees. You're not quite sure how far you've walked. Aralai is leading the way in silence. Until you approach a clearing. The trees have become very thick here. You don't have any of the other houses, none of the other cabins. No one really comes out here. So as a result, a lot of the natural surroundings have become overgrown. They seem to become more and more wild. You see that sort of chaotic beauty of nature as you're getting closer and closer to the spring. And
I think I'm just kind of looking around, because one, this is new territory already for him, for Eorad, but also it seems to be some kind of danger around. So I think he's like just keeping his senses about him, his wits about him, to make sure there's nothing watching or sneaking up on us or anything like that.
Absolutely. As you approach this clearing, what you see before you is breathtaking. It's this vast lake. Beautiful, clear, impossibly clear blue waters along the edges. The top of the lake's waters seem as still as glass, all lined by these taller, very, very old trees. It's as if this is the oldest part of the forest at the very heart here, and everything else radiates out from that. Arla is quiet as you go forward. And there seems to be kind of a boat along the side, just at the shore, tied up. Barely a ripple of wind, or barely the breath of wind sends ripples across the water, but as you look across, you see in the center a smaller island with some other trees. But the strange thing is, within that island, the trees there are in winter. Ice. No leaves on the branches. The evergreen trees on that island as well, it's kind of a blend, are just coated in ice and frost and almost snow. And the waters radiating out from there are icy. And it looks, just from your vantage point, as though the ice is slowly creeping out from that center island. Not quite reaching the shores where you stand. Probably about 30% reaching outward to the edges of the lake. The ice appeared 3 months ago. She tells you, not looking at any of you really in particular.
Have you done anything to try and stop it?
I've tried. I don't know what to do anymore. I can't hear her.
Who? Who can't you hear?
The actual guardian. You see, she turns to all of you. My title as Guardian of the Spring is just a title. The true guardian's out there. And she's been silent for 3 months.
Sounds similar to my cousin. The same effect.
Wait, so you've... I don't want to be... I just arrived here, so I don't want to like cross a line or step on any... Does that mean you've been lying, or...
Very few people know why my family, why my bloodline is truly connected to this forest. Every few generations of our vein is born that has a stronger connection. That's my sister. Every couple of generations, one of us is chosen. And the others are charged with protecting them. But now something has happened that I can't seem to stop. She has gone quiet, and the connection of the spring seems to be severed. I can't get close. But I think she was the one somehow in your wood, Timbersmith. I don't know how and I don't know why, but that figure you described, that was Elena. And that's where we will end tonight. It's about 1 a.m, guys. It's about that time.
That's fair. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of lore. I like it.
Wait, well, how long was that session? It felt fast. Okay.
It did go by pretty quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Oh, nice ending.
That was a good spot.
Nice
I felt
twist.
that was a good spot to end.
Nice twist.
If we kept going farther, we'd be playing for probably another hour or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know we probably could have gone a little bit farther. We've been going for about like just short of 3 hours, we'll say.
Yeah.
But that is where we will
That's
end.
perfect.
Well,
Yeah,
you
we
found the
combat
spring.
today.
See, you didn't actually get to combat. Session's over.
Hey.
Not very pog of you. Sorry, Vic. Sorry, Vic. But hey, you should have been happy with all that lore. You lore hound.
I think that gives us more to go on in terms of unraveling the mysteries and all that kind of
Yeah, it's
thing.
become a massive mystery now.
Yeah.
Are you guys itching for a fight? How are you feeling?
I'll be honest, a little bit. Just a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Is he fighting? Got a guardian though, but never mind.
Something.
Yeah, I like
Something.
this guardian business. That's pretty cool. I guess that would that be something that Kendis knew or not?
No.
No.
This is a closely
it's
guarded
really-
secret for the Vervains.
This is a big twist. A big twist.
Yeah.
As far as anyone knows, Lady Vervain, or the head of the Vervain house, is the appointed guardian, but not fully.
That's pretty cool.
Yep, we are gonna call it there.
Nice.
There might be a few more lore drops here and there between this session and the next. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you, the players, enjoyed the story. It's about to pick up.
Yeah.
It's about to
looking
pick
forward
up.
to it.
So I mean the thing with Oscar could have been combat.
It's
Yeah.
about to go down.
You know, you don't really know. You don't really
Wait.
know.
So wait, Marlowe's a rogue, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is gonna be fun. Eorad and Marlowe's gonna be some serious damage dealers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see how you guys do with that, if you so choose.
If it comes to that.
If it comes to that, you
It's
don't
gonna come
know.
to it at some point.
You don't know. So that's yes. We will continue that in a couple weeks time. I believe the next session is actually going to be first week of December 3rd.
Nice.
To be exact. So we'll continue this story then. Thank you everyone for joining us. We'll go ahead and do our sign off now. So we'll start with Marlowe. Marble maker extraordinaire.
Marble maker D6er. I was
Some
on the
better
Three
music.
Fling stream last week, which was
were.
fun.
Yeah.
You were.
I need to watch that. I forgot. I nearly forgot.
I don't know. It's life stuff.
Where can we watch that? Is it on YouTube?
It might be on YouTube. I'll
Hmm.
have to double check.
Yeah. Just Yes, that'd be good to watch the video on demand on that. Definitely.
Yeah. Get
That was
the
a fun
VODs.
game. Yeah.
Get the VODs. I was able to hop in at first, but I was trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
It was
I was
so
trying to stay
early
awake.
in
I
the
was
morning for
trying
you.
to like just keep it on my phone, so there would just be like an extra view in there. You guys didn't need it.
I appreciate the effort.
I felt so bad though, because when they opened up and said, "What has Marlowe been up to?" You were like, "I'm carving squares."
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so
I
sorry.
love that.
I have to watch that.
I'm so sorry.
I need to ask, what
swear.
point in Marlowe's life was this in? Is it like after, before? Like when did this happen?
Level
Yeah,
5.
Yeah, level 5, I guess.
I guess in the future then.
Hasn't happened yet. Marlowe's still carving squares in 2 levels.
You've progressed to marbles.
I mean,
You're
it
graduating.
The squares have gotten bigger.
did.
You even have some cool designs in there now.
Yeah, there's some filigree in there.
Yeah.
There's fancy D6 that have like little holes in them, and they're like
Yeah.
engraved,
That's pretty
and like
cool.
yeah.
You will be the first Iyastera custom dice maker.
Yes!
Yes.
Move over, Boulder Smiths. There's a new dice maker in town.
Pebblesmith.
Oh no.
So where can people find you, Jen?
Twitter primarily. Jenn Peig. I made a new emote for this channel that
Oh,
may
we
not
gotta
be a thing.
show it. Gotta show it. We'll continue on with the outros as I pull up the new emote.
Who's next? Me?
Yeah.
Mine?
Yeah, go for
Go
it.
on,
Okay.
Drak. What kind of crazy shenanigans do you have going on?
I'll try and be quick. I've had a lot of practice with these outros. Hi, my name is Draconics, or Drak for short, because it's fast to spell and easy to say. I'm all over the place on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. You can catch me on streams a bunch. I'm in too many streams. It's too much. I'm on every Tuesday. I'm going to be over at Little Red Dot channel at 8 p.m. Eastern to play a Sourceful campaign called Summit of Kings. It's basically a talent show where your life is also on the line. It's great. Every Wednesday, I'm on Encounter Roleplay playing an iHunt campaign called Hustle and Claw. It's basically Millennial plus Monster Hunters meshed together. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I cut off a zombie's head with a katana that I stole from a frat boy and knocked out a vampire with the butt of the katana last session. It was great. On Wednesday as well, right after that, from 9 p.m. Eastern to 12 p.m. Eastern, I'm over on Rule of Law's channel in a sci-fi campaign called Infinite Horizon. It's like sci-fi plus superheroes. It's great. I play a time-traveling alien lizard. He's gone back in time to join the group because there's a big threat to space-time and the continuum and everything like that. It's great. On Thursdays, every other Thursday, you can find me here playing Eorad from 6 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. Every Saturday, you can find me on Chromatic Chimera playing Burn Bright, a Burn Bright campaign called the Bright Trio, where I play 100,000 bugs who are hive-mind and telepathically linked. It's a lot of fun. I'm the captain of a ship, but none of my crewmates listen to me because they're 25-foot tall robots. It's great. Every third week of the month, you can hear my voice over on Super Idols RPG, where I play a Super Idol, which is basically an idol boy, like thick Sailor Moon plus a pop idol, and mush those together, and that's the show. We recently finished recording the last episode, and it was very intense. It's going to be coming out soon, so listen. And I'm also the co-founder and event organizer of a TTRPG Twitch channel called Friends Who Roll Dice, and we are organizing a charity event where we're raising money for the Philippines because I don't know if you heard about it, but they've been hit by a few typhoons in the past few months, and one of them being the biggest to ever be recorded in Earth's history. Yeah. So we were like, hey, we should get people together to play games and raise money for that. It's going to be a month long. It's going to be a month-long event. I'm still putting together games because the very last minute we're like, oh, this is really bad. Let's do a charity stream in 2 weeks. So I'm still preparing that, but yeah, keep an eye out. It's gonna be good. I've already got some really cool people involved. But yeah, that's everything that I can remember. I also have secret projects happening, but I can't talk about them all yet.
Follow on Twitter.
Yeah.
Follow on Twitter for announcements. All right, Kendis, Spirit Jam.
Yeah, sure. I'm not really doing too much at the minute. My Lit Mag Tea Light Press is still taking submissions for November.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still working on Inspiral stuff for Lich, so that'll come to fruition eventually. Still just writing, probably eventually blogging about my travels when I get a bit more free time.
Oh, that'll be so cool.
On Instagram, and yeah, that's me so far. I'm always just down to chat and do more streaming stuff, but no massively big projects coming up so far until the next time inspiration strikes. But they're in.
Excellent. Hatchling.
Yeah, Rich, Hatchling DM, at Hatchling DM on Twitter. I'm still hard at work on Inspirals, and making quite a lot of nice progress on it, and the art's getting filtered in gradually, nicely. Got loads of new characters through today, and 2 of the big pieces for the game. One of them is like teenagers around a table from Lucille Noir, all doing like magic, elemental magic. And then the other one's from Josh Somerville, who's another key artist on the game, and he's done one of the main sort of dragons that are teachers of sign language within the game, and all the teenagers are learning that in sort of cabin living space. So 2 big pieces of art have come in this week, and it's making me very, very happy. And I'll show them off on Twitter and Discord and things this week, because they're kind of like, they represent the heart of the game. I feel they're like key pieces, so it's quite exciting. And I've just finished the sign language element of Inspiral as well, so that's satisfying.
Excellent. Very well done. Can't wait to see all these different things. Hi, I'm Scriv the Bard. If you're on this channel watching, you know me from Heroes of Iyastera and the Chill Creation streams on Tuesdays. Didn't go this week. Work got in the way, and my brain was fried like an egg. So usually Tuesdays, and I'll be back next week, are the Chill Creation stream. We're developing D&D and general tabletop RPG content, cool magic items, still working through the different special magic items for each of the parties within this game, each of the characters within this game. Going to start doing some holiday things as well. Keep an eye out there on Twitter, Discord, and the Patreon. Last year I did the Scriv's Enchanted Advent Calendar with some different daily items. This year I think I'm going to do something with those epic deeds of Iyastera. So keep an eye out for the festive fun. Gonna release some content there. Obviously still working on this campaign. And I think we're actually going to be doing some charity cause awareness on this channel as well. More to come. But with December right around the corner, as we get closer and closer to the solstice and we're in that holiday season, it's all about giving, right? All about finding community, lifting people up. The holidays can be a stressful and painful time for a lot of people, just as it can be joyful for others. So trying to bring some light into whatever holidays 2020 has in store for us. So keep an eye out for that. I was able to bring Fire Goat up.
Hey.
Check out this goat! This goat is goat. Rah! All hail Fire Goat. Yes. I don't know what other announcements I really have. If you enjoy this content, like, follow, subscribe on the channel right here. Join in the Heroes of Iyastera Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Patreon. Check out scrivthebard.com. I've been a little bit more quiet on there in terms of the articles, but there are still 100+ articles on there. Some good stories, content, original Heroes of Iyastera, adventures, and bundles in the library if you enjoy our game and you want to delve into the world of Iyastera yourself in your own home games. Check that out. I think that's all I've got. Yeah. Any final comments from the heroes?
No, I just didn't see that twist coming.
Yes. All right. So we're going to go ahead and sign out then. Close with our campaign video. So as always, thank you so much for spending some time with us here this evening. Play more. We'll be back. I'll put the video up on YouTube next week as promised. All right. Keep adventuring. Keep scribbling. And you guys have a wonderful evening. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
We love you,
Night.
scribblers.
Good night.